Hello, hello. Good afternoon, everyone. What is going on? Good afternoon, Facebook. Good afternoon, YouTube, and those who will be watching on Instagram. What's up? What's up? How is everyone doing on this awesome Tuesday? It was nice yesterday, wasn't it? We are so excited that you have decided to join Achieving Breakthrough. We are on a new platform, as you can see. We're doing our live via StreamYard. You have to give them permission in order for you to be able to comment. So come on, join in, comment, like, share, so that someone else can be empowered from this awesome breakthrough session that we're doing today. I'm really excited about today's empowerment session because it's something that, once again, that we all need. And please duly note that come come on, and get your pen, get your pencil, get your crayon, get your phone, your pad, and take notes so that you can be able to achieve breakthroughs in your life. What I want you all to know and understand is that you can't just listen to something and then no longer revisit that thing, because if you don't visit it, then you cannot be of assurance to achieve breakthroughs in our lives. We have to always be teachable. We have to be in a position to learn. We have to be in a position to grow. And that means we have to continue to reiterate things, go over things in our minds, continue to pace ourselves and things of that nature. And so I admonish you to please go to our YouTube page. Please check out our Facebook business page, and you will see some of the videos and some of the empowerment sessions that we have done in previous times and in the past year, so that you can be reminded and take those tools of empowerment in order to achieve breakthrough in your life. So let's go, let's get ready, let's jump into this. Today's empowerment session is about invested. It's about being invested in you. We hear the word, or we hear the term investment, and we always predicate that, or we relate that to money. And so when you hear investment, it's stocks, it's bonds, it's money. Everything is money. And so we're so bound, or so not bound in a negative way, but in a aggressive pursuitive way, that we only think about investing when it comes to financial gain. But can I present to you today that in order to achieve breakthroughs in your life, you must invest in you. You must be invested in you. Somebody text or somebody write, I'm ready to be invested in me. In order to achieve breakthrough in any area of your life, you must be invested in you. To be invested is to have to give a lot of time and effort and into something, a lot of time, effort, and care into something that you care very much about. And one of the reasons why we aren't able to achieve breakthroughs in our lives is because we miss out on ourselves. We don't give time to us. We don't give effort to who we are, and we don't take time to care about ourselves. The only time we seem to take care of ourselves or give time to ourselves or try to put a little effort in us is if we're in a certain relationship. Then we want to work on how we look when we see them, or if we're angry about something that took place and now we're saying, I'm gonna make time for me. But I want you to know that it should not take a certain situation or circumstance to take place in your life for you to invest in you. You got to be invested invested in your mind. You have to be invested in your body. You have to be invested in your relationships. You have to be invested in your maturing. You have to be invested in you, the whole you, the total you, not because of what happened or what may happen, but because you care about you. Remember, the definition of invested is to have given a lot of time and effort to something and care to something that you care about. So when you only take care of yourself or put time aside for yourself is when something negative happens or you're overexerted, then that's not breaking through. That's not good. You need to make yourself a number one priority. And when you make yourself the number one priority, that means you are invested in you, the whole you, the total you. So that means you're devoted to you. Oftentimes we're more devoted to a relationship, or we're more devoted to our jobs, or we're more devoted to a career, or we're more devoted to making it. We're more devoted to different types of relationships. We're more devoted to going to church. We're more devoted to tending to the needs of our children. We're more devoted to tending to the marriage. But you cannot be good in those things, or you cannot produce in those things if you're not first devoted to you. So in breaking through in areas in your life, you first have to be invested in the you. You must be invested in you. Somebody write and say, I'm going to invest in me. I'm going to be invested in me. And in order to be invested in yourself, that means you're going to take time for yourself. You're going to put the effort into yourself. You're going to care about yourself. You're going to devote yourself. Devote means a time, one's time, effort, or energy into something. It means you're putting time and energy and effort into yourself, because there is an expectation that now you will have from yourself when you invest in you, when you're invested in you. And so you're no longer looking for someone else to give you or someone else to produce, because I am assured, I am confident, I have built and established myself. I have transformed myself. I have cultivated myself, and I have empowered myself because I am invested in myself. That means I took time to establish myself. I took time to tend to my mental stability. I took time to tend to my emotional stability. I took time to build up my spiritual stability. I took time to build up my physical, which is my health. I took time to deal with the way that I strategically plan things, or the way that I organize things, or the way that I think. I took time and I devoted myself to myself. That just made me excited. In order to achieve breakthrough, you must be invested in you. And being invested in you is being devoted to you. Somebody write down there, I'm devoted to myself. On today, you need to know that in order to achieve breakthroughs in your life, you must be devoted to you. You must be devoted to yourself. And in being devoted, that means you are spending time, you are putting in the effort, and you are putting in the energy to be a better you, to think better, do better, speak better, talk better, live better. You understand what I'm saying? And so in order to do that, you must devote yourself to you. You've devoted yourself to everything else. You've even devoted yourself to purposes, but you haven't devoted yourself to you. You haven't devoted yourself to your own standards. You haven't devoted yourself to your own growth, your own development. You haven't done those things. And in order to see the breakthrough in every other aspect of your life that you working hard and dragging like a slave and devoting to, when you're finished doing all of that, then you're depleted. Then you feel like, I did all this and now I'm exhausted. I have nothing. I can't, I now have nothing to give. I'm 35 and I should be further along, but I've done so much. So when you try to measure what you've done or where you are, you feel feel like you really aren't anywhere. You feel like you really haven't accomplished anything, but that's because you haven't taken the moment, or you haven't taken the time to invest in you. Is investing in you getting the education? If that's what you want to do, fine, do it. If it's investing in you is looking for the next promotion on the job, fine, do it. If investing in you is delving yourself into different types of relationships in order to feel a level of significance, then that's what you think it is. But that's not investing in you. Investing in you is, even though I came out of even though I went into the relationship, even though I gave myself to my children, I gave myself to my husband, I gave myself to my job, I gave myself to the entrepreneurship, I gave myself in ministry, I gave myself in my family, I am still whole. I am still balanced. I'm still stable. I got this thing. I can still work this. I can still maneuver. I am still empowered. I am still strong. I am not faking the front. I am not putting on a facade, because I've invested time in me. That means I set aside time to renew my mind, to renew my emotions, to renew my feelings, to renew my decision making, to renew self-care, to renew self-help, to renew self-hope. I am invested in me. So in being invested in me, it means the same amount of time, the same way that I make sure that there is time for everyone else, I make sure that there is time for myself. And not the time just simply to woosah, but on a day-to-day basis, a week-to-week basis, a month-to-month basis. Out of the time that we have out of the day, there should be a good enough time for you to invest in you. Sometimes investing in you is simply just sitting in quietness. Sometimes investing in you can be listening to some relaxing music. Sometimes invested in you is just sitting there, taking a deep breath in through your nose and releasing it out of your mouth and saying, man, you did good today. You did great today, because you still have your peace. You still have your joy, even though you still had to do. It is very important that in order to break through in areas of our lives, that we take the time and invest in us. Invest. You can't wait on somebody else to invest in you. You have to utilize what was already in you and what has been cultivated in you. And then you have to take that, put that on a wheel, and now you have to invest that back into yourself. Every time you give out, you should be putting something back in you. Every time you give of yourself, you should be putting something back into you. Every time you go somewhere and do something, you should be putting something back into you. Every time you complete an accomplishment, you should be putting something back into. Every time you go out and you spend 4 hours doing something for somebody else, or 8 hours on somebody else's job, then you need to spend 16 hours sometime investing that back into you. When you're going somewhere and you're out for 2 hours, you need to take 4 hours and invest that back into you. You cannot allow yourself to be and do for everybody else, and you yourself have not invested in you. When you are invested in you, you establish yourself with the right and the power to be. When you are invested in you, you have taken the time, you have taken the efforts, you have taken the care, and you have devoted yourself to yourself, which gives you the right and gives you power to be. It enables you the right to say, not today, today is me time. It gives you the power to override any situation, circumstance, relationship, person, or thing that may try to take you from that place. Oftentimes, we go through mental distress and mental illness and just different things of the mind and stress of the body, because we do not invest in ourselves. In order to achieve breakthrough in your psyche, you must invest in your mental. In order to achieve breakthrough in your emotions, you must invest in your heart. In order to achieve breakthrough in your physical being, you must invest in how you eat. You must invest in your health. You must invest in what you put in your body, and you must invest in how you build up your body. Remember, you are important. And if you are not together, and if you are not strong, then you can't be the you that you need to be for you. And you definitely can't to a surety be the you need to be for other people. It's a sad dog that cannot wag his own tail. So if a dog can't wag his own tail, and that's what they're created to do, it is a sad person that can be everything for everybody else, but cannot be that for themselves. And we are not sad. We are empowering people. We are empowered, and we empower people, and we break through. You understand that? You can't make the dog wag his tail. It's for whatever reason inside of his mentality that makes him not be able to wag his tail, or that makes him fearful. That is the same thing with us. It's our mentality that makes us give to everybody else but not invest in us. It is our mindset that makes us yield fruit for other people but not be able to yield fruit for ourselves. It is our own mindset that makes us give, and then when we're depleted, we're blaming everybody else. No, we're going to break through today from blame and break through into investment. We're going to invest in ourselves. We're doing everything to invest to get money, but we're doing less to invest in ourselves to be alive long enough to spend the money. We're doing everything that we want to do, invest to get stocks and bonds and get nice bank accounts and to be rich and to be wealthy, but your health is failing because you haven't invested in you. So to invest and spend all that time to generate wealth and to generate money and to be rich and to be famous and to be known and not to work a regular 9 to 5, but to be your own boss, all of that is fine. But if you're not here and you don't know what to do with it because you haven't taken the time to invest in you, then it's for nothing. It is for nothing. Investing in you is investing in your mind. It's investing in your body. It's investing in your spirit. It's investing in your heart. It's investing in your emotions. It's investing in the soul of your heart, the soul and the heart of who you are. And when you are in a position and in a place and you are ready to break through from the treacherous things that take place in life, there are things that take place and we just go. We're like the Energizer Bunny. You just keep going and going and going and going. And then when you finally rest, you're really not resting because your mind is still going. When you finally physically stop, you're not mentally stopping. When you're really completely done with the task, with the work of your hands are still moving because now you're looking to do something else. And then that wears and tears on the mind. It wears and tears on the body. It wears and tears on your emotions because you haven't taken the time to invest in you. You must invest in yourself. We must be invested in us. When you are invested in a thing, you spend time, you gamble on it. We sit up there and I like playing cards. So, you play cards and you go to the boat or whatever and you gambling your money. What are you saying? You're taking a chance that I know what I'm doing in roulette. I know what I'm doing in poker. I know what I'm doing in blackjack. I know what I'm doing in all these games, and I'm going to gamble on my money. And in my mind, I'm hoping that in my gamble, in my ability to play this game, that I'll be effective and I'll get a good outcome. And so if you can take your hard-earned money and go to a boat or play any kind of game, the lottery or anything that consists of you gambling something away, which means there is a chance that you will not come out on top. There is a chance that you will not win. And so if you can take that chance with your money, why would you not take that chance in gambling on yourself by investing in you? Take that same chance and invest in you. Example, we have this business endeavor that we want to do. And you know what I said to my husband? I said, I'm not going to buy this from this person anymore. From this company, it's an actual company anymore, because I can take that money and invest that in me. Because I'm going to be doing the same thing. So I'm not going to continue to make this particular branch rich when I'm sitting up there with a whole idea of my own to establish. So what am I doing? I stop yielding in one place so that I can invest that in me. Invest in yourself. When you invest, you spend time. Spend time with yourself. Spend time with your mind. Spend time with your heart. Spend time and say, okay, heart, why do you feel this way? Why do you think this way? What is going on? How can I better my heart? How can I guard my heart? How can I better myself? Spend time with your mind. Spend time working on your body. You lay out. When you're invested in yourself, you lay out. You don't just get up day by day and just do stuff. No, when you go to work, there is a procedure that's in place for you to do your job. So if there's a procedure in place for you to do your job, and some of us have procedures that we put in place when we're dealing with our children, and some of us have little structures and templates and things that we do organize and ways that we do things for that in which we're doing. So if you got systems here and you're organized there, and everywhere else you go have a system in place or has a plan in place, so in order for you to complete that task, why would you not lay out your day? Why would you not lay out you? Why would you not sit down and say, I'm invested in me? And because I'm invested in me, I'm going to lay out a plan for me. Not goals to reach, not aspirations. No, just a plan that's invested in me, a plan that is about me. This is not about being selfish. This is about dealing with the totality of who you are so that you will be able to be strong enough and aggressive enough. That's a good word, to go after whatever it is, and you're not depleted after you do it. You gotta be invested in you. When you're invested in you, you put in the work. When you don't put in the work, you can't yield the result. You gotta put in the work in you. You got to. You have to. You can't depend on everyone else to do it for you and you not do it for yourselves. You must put in the work. When you're invested, you take risk, you contribute, you give. This is what you do when you are invested in you. You put in the work, you give, you do, you plan, you spend time, you give the effort, you take care of, you devote yourself to yourself so that you're not just devoted to everything else around you and everyone else around you. You are devoted to you. So when I am done tending to my children, I'm still not depleted because I've taken time to invest in me. When I'm done investing in my marriage, I'm not depleted because I've taken time and I've invested in me. So the question that you want to ask yourself in order to achieve breakthroughs in my life, how do I invest in me? What do I need to do to be invested in myself? You must spend time. You must put the effort. You must be devoted. I'll say that again. You must put the time. You must put in the effort. And you must be devoted. In order to be invested in you, you must put in the time. You must put in the effort. And you must be devoted. In order to achieve breakthrough, I don't care if it's a financial breakthrough. I don't care if it's a relational breakthrough. I don't care if it's an employment opportunity breakthrough. It doesn't matter what it is. You cannot achieve breakthroughs in any area of your life if you are not invested in you. It's not nothing deep. It's not nothing big or off the Richter scale. It's simply saying, take time to pour into myself. Take time to invest in me. That may be a day of peace. That may be a day of pampering, a day of reading, whatever that looks like. But you must, in order to achieve breakthroughs in your life, you won't continue to see these same patterns if you invest or if you were invested in you. You wouldn't continue to go through the same relationships if you were invested in you. We wouldn't continue to have the same some of the same heartaches and pains and struggles and mishaps and wrong directions and wrong roads and all of the stress and the mayhem if we were invested in us. And once again, the tools to help you achieve breakthrough in your life in the area of investing in you is spending the time. It's putting in the effort. It is caring, and it is devoting yourself to you. Please remember, in order to break through, you must invest in you. Thank you so much for tuning in to our Empowerment Tuesdays lunchtime mix break with Achieving Breakthroughs. I am Coach Ivory Ector, and I am here empowering you to break through. Please, it is very important that we break through by investing in you. Peace out. Check out our website at www.achievingbreakthroughs.com. Go check out our Facebook page, Achieving Breakthroughs. You can find us on YouTube for the different various of services that we offer. Please see you next week. Peace out.